is Donna, and this is Donna Loves Yarn. And today I wanted to do a video about my finished objects that I finished last year. Last year being my very first full year of crocheting. So before we get that started, I want to welcome you to my channel. This is Donna Loves Yarn, because Donna loves yarn, as you can see. I expected to have a video today with my yarn room done and the desk up. Obviously, this chair is still here. So my son said it'd probably be a better idea to wait until this chair goes away. And that kind of makes sense because I don't have anywhere to put it. So that video will come at a later time. So today, I just wanted to get on and share my finished objects, most of which were from last year. And just so that I can kind of show off, since I'm still pretty new. So these things I'm pretty proud of. First of all, I'll start with this poncho, and if I can find these patterns, I will link them below. This one I made at the end of last year, and I can't remember the name of this poncho, but it is a bag-a-day pattern. And basically all it is puff stitches and half doubles. That's all it is. So I wore it out the first time this past weekend, and I got compliments on it and shared the pattern with one of the gals there. This is made with coffee shop yarn, so it's very soft and it's very squishy. I'm thinking I might add a collar to it, but I don't have any more of this color. Something else I thought of is, because this is a four-pointed poncho, it's a four-pointed poncho. So we got the points on the sides and a point in the front and the back. That's 4 points, right? I thought about somehow figuring out a way to join these to make a sleeve, and then do a chain to attach it to the finger. So having a sleeve with a point, like, wouldn't that be cool? So I suggested this to my friend Debbie at the gathering the other day, and she said, because this has holes in it, she said, why not just make a chain and weave it through these holes, and then somehow bring it up over here and making a loop. That way, if I wanted to take it off sometime, I could do that. So kind of make it temporary, you know, fasten it here and then have the loop here. I'm going to have to really think about that. So that if I didn't want that loop there, I could just take it off my finger, and then I'd just have the chain hanging, you know, on the inside. So I may do that. I don't have to do that with this particular yarn. I could do that with just about any yarn. But if I want to add a collar, I'd rather get this color. I can't remember the name of it, but it shouldn't be hard to figure that out. So that's my first one. And this is, I think I finished this October of last year. Today is January 29th, I believe, 2024. So yeah, this was finished last year. Before I go finish my other FOs, I wanted to show you what came in the mail yesterday and today. Somewhere in the move, I've lost a pouch of all my larger size hooks. I don't know where it is. I imagine when I start going through these boxes and bags of whips, I may find it. It may be in another box. I don't know. I have no idea where it is. So I wanted to replace some bigger hooks. You want to go in my bedroom, don't you? You want to go in there, don't you? Let me open your daddy's door, because I haven't made my bed yet. I'll be right back. Let's go open daddy's door. You can go lay on daddy's bed. Want to go lay on daddy's bed? There you go. He just likes to lay on the bed. So the reason I changed this camera around is hoping that I have a better option for focusing. So we will see how this goes. This one is a 10 millimeter. These I got from Amazon. One is a divot hook, D-I-V-I-T. The other is a, what's the other knockoff? These are Furls knockoffs. Divot and Ommi, O-M-M-I. So this first one is a 10 millimeter Ommi. I hope this is focusing. I won't know till I play it back. But it's the orange swirl and the wood. 10 millimeter. I really hope this is focusing. I'm not going to know. So that's pretty cool. I showed it to my son yesterday and he's like, that's really cool. The second one I just got today, and it's an 8 millimeter, and this is the one from Divot. And it's just basically green and wood. So I'm looking forward to trying those. I don't use big hooks very often, but it's nice to have them. It is nice to have them. All right, so on with the finished objects in no particular order. Like I said, if I have the pattern, I'll share it. And I don't remember, most of these I'm not going to remember the name of the pattern. But here's a beautiful shawl. Again, I can't remember the name of it. This was made with a, I believe this was one of my mill-ins that I got from Hirschner's. And I didn't use the rest. I didn't use the whole cake because that's orange and then the next color was like yellow. And I just didn't think that yellow would look good with this. And it was plenty big. So I decided to stop at just the purple and the orange. I still have to weave in some ends. So I'm going to leave that out so I don't forget that. This next one I may have shown in a previous video. I don't remember. I think I have. This is a shallow triangle shawl / scarf. Really, it's a scarf. And we have goober hairs on it. This probably needs to be blocked because it's kind of curling. But this was made with one skein. I'm trying to see if I have another one that's like this, but in a different color. Oh, let's see. I'm not seeing it handy. No, I'm not seeing it. I was hoping I would. No, it's probably out of reach somewhere. But this is really, I think this is nice for a scarf. And I like the shallow triangle. And it's pretty easy. I mean, it takes a long time because it's all back post, or not back post, but it's all back loop only. Every bit of it, every row is back loop only. But the rows are different because you've got a row of like these windows. So it's pretty. I like it. I like the colors. All right, this next one is another poncho. And I thought I was going to like it, but I really don't. I think I need to add a collar to it because the neck opening is humongous. This was made with Chloe from Yarn Bee one of Hobby Lobby's brand. So it's one of the Chloe donuts. I had it sitting out. Here it is. I believe I used Pick of the Bunch. I believe. I think that's the color I used. So I may go ahead and add a collar using that. But this collar, this neck opening is huge. And then I thought, I'm going to add a little something extra to it. For one thing, I held it double with a sequin yarn from oh my goodness, what's the name of that yarn? I can't think of it, but it's a really lightweight sequin yarn. So I don't know if you can tell, but there's little sequins throughout. And then I decided to add 4 rows of a Malabrigo worsted. I thought that color would go nicely with the rest of this, but it really doesn't. I don't really like it. And I wish I would have stopped and just taken it out, but I didn't. I left it in. So maybe once I add a collar to it and maybe do some decreases, I might wear it. But for now, it sits. I'm not going to wear it. I don't really like it. It's too big. It's way too big. Okay, the next one, I absolutely love this one. Another shawl. And this was made with yarn that I got on Etsy, and some of you may be familiar with her. The shop is Melody by Woltram. 3 words, Melody by Woltram, W-O-L-T-R-A-M, A-U-M, I believe. And Crystal featured this yarn quite some time back, and when she showed it, I just fell in love with it. And this is called Christmas Tree for obvious reasons. It's just all Christmassy colors with gold, probably lurex in there. And then I bordered it with, what did I use? I used some other, oh, I think I used the Yunky Monkey bamboo cotton blend yarn held double with a gold sparkle yarn for the border. So there's that. I tried to sell this at a couple of markets around Christmas time last year and before Christmas time, and it didn't sell, obviously. This shawl is probably the one I've had the longest, and I've had it at multiple markets, and I've got people admiring it, but nobody's bought it. And it's beautiful. And it's one of the very first shawls I made. And this is made with, it was a discontinued yarn from, might have been Schackenmeyer. It's like a bamboo, I think a bamboo cotton blend. So it's got some shimmery bits through it that are probably the, I don't know. I remember featuring this yarn when I got it on an old video, one of my first videos. If I can figure that one out, I'll tag it below and you could go watch it. But this is a really nice neutral colored shawl, and I can't believe that nobody snatched it up yet. Cotton, bamboo, and polyamide is what the tag says. And then the bottom, I think I used the Yunky Monkey again on the bottom for the last row, you know, in a coordinating color. I think it's gorgeous. I could see wearing this out to, you know, a casual night out or a fancy night out. I think it's beautiful. I think it's beautiful. Okay. I'm trying not to go in order, but it kind of looks like I am. All right, this one I've featured before, and this one is, I know this one by heart. This one is Agatha's Reading Shawl from Ophelia Talks. And it's a little wrinkled because I've had it in this bag. This was made with another Hirschner's mill end with the alpaca. So it was the alpaca mill ends from Hirschner's. And it is like a three-sided shawl. It's flat on the bottom and then angled up on the two sides with the windows, or the boxes as she likes to call them. That's really nice. Let's see, next shawl. I can't even remember what pattern this is, but it's so cute. And I could kind of see this being used like for a bed jacket, you know, wearing this in bed, just to keep you warm. This is made with, this is one of the authentic hand dyed from Hobby Lobby. Don't remember what color, but it's 100% superwash merino. And that turned out really pretty. I put in some solid blue. I'm not sure which colorway that is. Or it might be a different yarn altogether. It might not even be an authentic hand-dyed, just the solid blue. But this is really nice and heavy. And, you know, you could wear it this way if you wanted to. You know, you could wear it that way or wear it like a shawl. I think it's really nice. And it's a crescent shape. So that's nice. All right, this next one is a youth size poncho. And I believe it's the same pattern as that other with the sequins. I believe it's the same pattern. So I can't remember what yarn I used for that. That might have been whirligig, maybe. This might have been whirligig, although it doesn't feel as soft as whirligig, but that might be what it was. Well, no, here's another shawl. I may as well get the shawls out of the way. This one was made with a Hobie Cotton Kings cake. And this one I used the whole cake. So at the top it goes from gray to gray and orange to orange and dark brown to orange and the yellow. I wore this out one time when I went to the Sip and Stitch. There was a Sip and Stitch event here not too long ago. I think it might have been in December, and I wore this. It's really pretty. I think it's gorgeous. I like those colors. All right, I think for the most part the rest are hats. So this one, can't remember what yarn I used. And this is a really cool pattern. It looks like it's one that gets cinched at the top, but it's not. The way that the stitches are make it real ruffly on the edges as you're doing your increases. It makes it real ruffly. So that's what gives it this appearance that it's been cinched, but it's not. It's still a top-down hat. I love this pattern. Absolutely love it. And then I believe the bottom, I did this myself, and it's the ribbing, maybe. from Tony Lipsy. She has a pattern or a tutorial on how to do a ribbed brim on your beanie after it's already done. So easy. And I may have done that on this one. It's a really easy method to do. That almost matches. That almost matches. It's got the gray, which is at the top. Wow, I just realized that. You could wear those together. That's pretty neat. That would go together. All right, this next one, this is one of my first ones. Wool and nylon. This is a yarn that I got at a thrift store. And I'm guessing it's the nylon that gives it the sparkly look. If you can see the sparkle. But it's super cute. It's very tight. It's pretty small even on me, and I have a small head. But it'd be warm. Got the little pom-pom. Like, you know, that'd be great for a teenager. I'm surprised that never sold. I took that to multiple events. All right, this one is, I know this pattern. And I mentioned this pattern to a lady I just watched yesterday who was getting into beanies. Trying to remember now what her name was. Anyway, she's been starting to make beanies, even though she doesn't wear them. And I told her she should try this pattern. This is the Break Free Beanie from Crystal at Bag O' Day. I love this pattern, and it looks so pretty in a single ply yarn. And this is done with Malabrigo Silky Merino, I believe. Isn't that gorgeous? That stitch definition just can't be beat. It's so pretty. I need to make another one. I need to make another one. I've got a lot of Malabrigo I need to do something with. And here's another, just a basic. I made this a long time ago, I think. Just your basic. It's pretty big. So it'd be for a big head. But this was made with Malabrigo Chunky. And there's a story behind this yarn. I'm going to tell you the story. So I started crocheting back in March of 2022. And initially I started because I got tempted with an ad or an email from Annie's Kit Clubs. So I thought, I'd been thinking about getting into crochet for quite a while before that. I've been thinking about trying to start it up a couple of years before I did. And when I saw that Kit Club, I thought, what a better way to dip my foot in than, you know, just make little squares of certain stitches, you know, sew them all together and I get an afghan. Well, I soon discovered that was going to be a really expensive venture. So I quit subscribing to that and decided I'm just going to make my own. At that time, I thought I'm just going to make my own squares and I'll sew them together and just decide what stitch I want to make each square. You know, how hard can it be? Well, it went on from there. I didn't even do that. I still have those squares to this day, and I haven't done anything with them. I don't have very many. I probably have, I don't know, maybe half a dozen. Anyway, there's a overstock / salvage store in my local area, and I happened to be going there one day, and I saw that they had yarn. Well, at that time, I had very little, if any, knowledge about yarn or fancy yarn or high-end yarn or anything that wasn't acrylic. I really had little to no knowledge of those fibers. So I was walking around the store and I just happened to see these hanks, which I had never seen before, these hanks of yarn hanging on this display. I thought, that's different. That looks like it's probably kind of fancy, because it's not in a skein, it's in a hank. So I pulled out my phone and researched it and discovered that Malabrigo, which is what this was hanging there, Malabrigo is a high-end yarn. So I thought, and I looked at the price online, and I looked at the price on the tag, and I said, that's mine. So I think that day I bought, I don't know, maybe three hanks of it. I still have some. But this was a discontinued color. I think it's even a discontinued series. It's called Malabrigo Chunky. But when I worked this up, I thought, oh my gosh, this feels like butter. It just feels like butter. It was my very first experience with natural fibers as far as wool. So I fell in love with Malabrigo then and there. And of course I went back and got more. They also had a brand called Cloudborne Fibers. And those were in hanks. So over the course of several months, I kept going back and buying more until it was all gone. I'm not going to say I bought it all that they had, but someone else had to have been buying it. But I got a good amount, and I believe the cost on the Malabrigo was $3.99, and I believe the same price on the Cloudborne. It in no way was more than $7.99. I want to say there was something for $7.99, but even at $7.99 for a Malabrigo or a Cloudborne, that's a darn good price. It might have been the Cloudborne that was that high, because I remember looking up Cloudborne on webs, and it was about the same price, I think. So anyway, I made that hat. That was my story. And here's another one that I made late last year. And this was made, I don't have the exact colorway right here with me, but this was made with the K&C hand dyed from Joanne. I don't think I held it double. And then I did a white border, which it's kind of tight. This is another one that's kind of, you could almost wear it like a beret or a short slouchy. I don't know. But I probably shouldn't have put that, brim on it, because it made it a little bit tight. Okay, this one I have to sew in the ends. Also, it looks like I haven't done that yet. This one, I can't remember the yarn I used, but I held it double with a black sparkle yarn. There's dog hair everywhere, you guys. I mean, what's going to happen come summer when he really starts shedding? So anyway, this one's kind of cute. And this is that same pattern top down that gives it the appearance that that's been cinched up. But yeah, and then I did the brim. I added some white. Or no, that's not white. That is a fake mohair in a lavender color. That's what that is. It almost looks white, but it's lavender. So there's that one. It's awful sparkly. I've got quite a pile going on here. All right, this one, let's see if I can find that, because I just saw it the other day. There it is. This was a thrift store find. I hope I'm still in view. This was a thrift store find, this yarn. It is called Lane's Annie Blatt, and it is a wool Angora blend. What a score. This is some of the softest yarn I've ever felt in my life. I mean, it's a different kind of soft than silk because it's furry. I don't know how to explain it. But the bag that I found had 5 or 6 colors, separate colors. So I didn't have any duplicate donuts. So I didn't know what I could make with such a small amount of yarn. So I made a youth size hat. I almost sold this last year at market, but it didn't quite go. So I don't know, maybe another time. But isn't that beautiful? I've got this color and I've got a yellow, and I think I have an orange. I used the blue and the chartreuse for that. So yeah, I've got orange. That's it. Purple, yellow, and orange. What do you do with purple, yellow, and orange when each one is like 25 yards? All right, here's another hat. This is 100% acrylic. I think this was I love this yarn. Again, this one's kind of tight. And this is another one with this is a great pattern. I'll have to see if I can find it and post it below. But I think it gives a neat appearance to the top. And it's still top down. So, you know, no cinching needs to be done. This one is kind of getting stretched out. I think I might need to do something. But I don't have any more of this yarn. This was a knit crate yarn. Hands up, show of hands for anybody that is familiar with knit crate and knows of their history and what happened to them. I'm sad that they are no longer in existence. But yeah, this is how that yarn worked up. It was just a black and pink yarn. 100% superwash, but it surely got stretched out. I may have to add a row of black, a row or two of black. I don't know. It flares out. But it's cute. Isn't that cute? I think it's cute. It's pretty. All right. This one is, I think this was a mystery yarn. Yeah, this was a mystery yarn, but it was a single ply. I think this was something that I acquired at a thrift store also, because my label says non-superwash wool. Feels like wool. And it's stretchy. It's nice and stretchy. I don't remember the pattern. It's a good looking pattern. And pretty color. But I don't remember the pattern. It was a long time ago. All right. Here's another that was made with Scarfie. I know this was made with Scarfie. I wonder if that's the same pattern. Kind of looks like it. I don't know. Scarfie hat. Yeah, I think I might go to my sister's indoor market next Saturday. She invited me. We'll see. All right, here's another break free beanie made with Malabrigo. So 100% superwash. I love this pattern. It's a great pattern. It's so pretty. So, so pretty. I would wear this every day if I liked hats. I really like this one. Yep, that's a Malabrigo. Oh, let's see. Oh, this is a cowl that I made with, this is a knit crate yarn. So, let's see. Yeah, that's pretty nice. And then you could wear the hat with it. It's about the same color. Would that be a good thumbnail? It's warm. And this is, I don't have a tag on it. But I know this is natural fiber from Knit Crate. I think this is a Audine Wools Mellow, perhaps. It's very soft, extremely soft. All right. Oh, I lost a pom-pom. All right, here is another. I need to find this pattern because this is so pretty. Isn't that pretty? Looks like knit stitches. This was made with a really big hook, if I remember. And this was done using, I think, Lion Brand Landscapes, if I'm not mistaken. Oh boy, yeah, that's super nice. Maybe I'll sell some of this on Saturday if I go. I mean, it is still winter. So there's that. And then another, I don't really know if I like this. I think I made it too wide. This is supposed to be like a headband, but I think it's too wide. It's pretty wide. That was my first attempt at a headband. I like it. I like the colors. But it's pretty, maybe I could, I don't know. I don't know. Any suggestions? I could fold these edges in and sew them together. I could do that. But, you know, I don't like sewing. And then lastly, my very first pair of completed slippers. I made these a long time ago. Again, these got a lot of attention at market, but nobody bought them. I should have just wore them this winter. I mean, I still could. They'd fit me. This was made with, I have this handy. Okay, this was made with Rossetti Yarns Cinema. And it's a 5-weight yarn. And it is 70% wool, 25 nylon, 5% cashmere. Very soft. Very, very soft. And I wish I knew what pattern I used because this was really easy pair of slippers. I don't know if I could find what pattern that was again or not. So that is everything that I have made and completed last year. I don't think I have any more that didn't make it in. I thought I had another bag that had finished products in it. I did make, oops, I did make a couple of hats. I wasn't even going to show these. I made these on my knitting machine, on my Centro knitting machine that a friend of mine gave me, and I just went crazy when I got it. These are really too long. I went a little crazy. I went a little crazy. A little long, but this is pretty yarn. I can't even remember what. Oh, this was the Hobie Universe, I think. Big hat. I mean, it could be a slouchy. It's a nice hat. But I don't know if anybody would. I don't know. I love the color on that one. And then that one. And of course it's reversible. So is that one. Slouchy. It's a neat hat. Not bad. So that is what I made last year that I can recall. So I did a lot. For being a beginner, I think I did a lot. And I think everything turned out fairly nice. What do you think? I think they did. And the fact that everything is natural fibers, you know, hopefully kind of sets me apart from others that are selling crocheted items. You know, that's kind of what I'm hoping, that it kind of sets me apart, that I prefer natural fibers over synthetic. So, all right, hopefully this video turned out good, because I can't see what I'm doing. Hopefully the focus worked this time. If it did, I guess this is how I'll do it from now on. I thought maybe I'd rig up a mirror on the other side so I could at least see myself, so that I don't feel so weird. Oh, you know what? I do have one more thing that I want to show off. Be right back. It's right here in the closet. If I don't fall in. Okay. All right. This I made for my granddaughter. And I won't go into the story, but I'm just going to show you. This is a rug made with rug yarn that I got at a thrift store. I think that's adorable. You can definitely tell it's rug yarn. And I have lots more of this. They were only, I want to say they were either $1 a piece or the whole bag was $1. It was so cheap. But I think that's adorable for a little girl's bedroom. But she hasn't gotten it yet. I won't go into that story. Okay, I think that's all. So I will end this for now. Hopefully I can figure out how to edit out the part where I started the camera and then sat down. I don't know how to do that. Hopefully I can figure it out. The next video I do will probably be, hopefully be getting rid of this chair and having the desk in here. And then I just learned that Sunday I'll be picking up my rabbit. Sunday afternoon, I'm going to go pick up my rabbit. So I have everything ready for her. I've gotten one name suggestion, and that was Panda. For some reason, I thought of Phoebe today. I like that name. But I'll decide when I get her what her name will be. Anyway, I think that's all for now. So I will catch you guys on the next video. Thank you so much for watching and for staying with me. If you've stayed this far, I guess I will see you on the next video. Remember, God loves you, Jesus loves you, and I love you. Take care and have a great one, guys. God bless. Bye.